Hey y'all, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, you guys, we're going to be playing in the new Natasha Denona Triochrome palette. This is what it looks like. I am so pumped. Let's go ahead, get into it. We'll do a little demo first and then I will give you my thoughts. All right, you guys, are you ready to get started? Let's do this thing. So I'm gonna start off by priming my eye with the NARS Soft Complete Matte Concealer. And it only takes a little bit of this. It doesn't take much at all. I'm just gonna blend that out with my finger really quickly, making sure it's nice and even. And of course, if you have a lid that does not require primer, don't. If you're someone who maybe has drier skin or you don't get oily on the lids, then you don't have to use any kind of primer or concealer or anything. All right, so we're not gonna set it. I'm just gonna go ahead in with the shadows because the shadows blend totally fine over it. All right, so the first shade we're going to go in with here, this pink shade right here. All right, I'm gonna be taking my Wayne Goss brushes, of course. This is number 16, and this is going to be our crease color. All right, switching over to a number 17 brush. We're gonna go in with this shade right here. It's called Tungsten. And mainly focusing in the lower part of the crease, not taking this one as high. We're gonna go back in with that first color we laid down. The transition. All right, using that same brush, I'm gonna go in with our next shade. This is called Manganese. And then this is going to be focused on the outer as well. And we're gonna bring it down. Make sure I'm gonna pull it up a little bit higher. Then we're going in with our next shade, Naga, not MAGA. Naga with the N. This kind of light periwinkle shade here. And this is going over here. And then for the brow bone, I'm gonna take this shade right here, Vertex. Don't freak out, it works. It's not gonna be ashy. And this is a matte, it doesn't have any shimmer in it whatsoever. Okay, next up here, going in with Kinetic. Oh, I didn't even see that color. The shimmer here. And this one, it looks more purple, I feel, in the pan, but then this is definitely, I guess it's one of her Triochrome shades. It has like, it's purple, but it definitely gives like a blue shift. So we're just gonna pack this on. And the pigmentation is like, Payal, hey, what's up? I'm here, how you doing? That's just one dip in the pan and it got basically all the way across the lid. Then going back in with that outer, deeper shade here. All right, moving on to the lower lash, we're gonna take this olive shade called Scrape right here. And I'm just taking a smudger brush, and this is gonna be my eyeliner for today. scrape. And now we're gonna go with this beautiful green shifty color. It's insane. It looks green in the pan, but then it's got like a shift of gold. It's a funky color. I like it a lot. So we're gonna start by putting this down here first. And then, cause I can't even, maybe I can take a picture of it with my phone and post it in the video, but it looks like just like a Christmas green. Whoops, hold on, photo. It looks like a Christmas green in the pan, but then when you put it on the eye, it's almost like this yellow, green, gold. It's a funky color. And I wonder if there's a shift in it. I'm pretty sure there's a shift in different lighting. And bam, you guys, that is our look. Let me finish putting on the rest of my makeup. I did my eyes first because I just wasn't sure what the situation was gonna be with fallout. No fallout. So I'm gonna go ahead, throw on my concealer, powder, and then we're gonna talk about the palette. Okay, let's get into my thoughts. Of course, with Natasha Denona, you're gonna get luxury, okay? With luxury comes the price tag. This is one of her bigger palettes, so it's $129. Her past two palettes have been the smaller ones, which I think they are $65. But the cool thing about Natasha Denona, no matter if you get a mini palette, if you get the medium size or a large size, the quality and the formulation is the same across the board. I have seen it plenty of times where brands will either kind of dull down their formula, or you can tell there's a difference just depending on the palette. For instance, a lot of palettes that tend to be limited edition typically just don't have the same quality as a product that is maybe permanent in their line. With Natasha Denona, you're gonna get the formula no matter what size palette you get, okay? Now, as far as the blendability, again, formula is amazing, easy to blend out. Anybody can use her shadows, okay? No matter what color story you get, you're gonna be able to use it, which is one of my favorite things about her palettes. Like, once I started using her palette, I was kind of like, okay, I have been working hard for a long time. Her palettes are effortless when it comes to blending. You don't have to work it. You don't have to say a prayer, turn your brush to the side, like none of that. You just put it on and it works well. Now, for this palette in particular, who is this for? This is not for the everyday woman, okay? And what I mean by everyday woman is if you are a neutral kind of girl, if you do not like color, if color scares you, this palette is not for you, okay? In fact, if you are someone who just does not even play with color, not even a little bit, I don't recommend it, just simply because it's $129. And I feel like if you're gonna be spending that much on a palette, you best be using it at least 2 to 3 times a week. This is not a palette that I would see the majority of people using at least 2 to 3 times a week, you know? And a lot of that's gonna be depending on your lifestyle, your job, and just, you know, do you like these shades? Now, you could be someone who maybe during the week you do your neutrals, but if you like to bust out your color on the weekends, yes. But again, it's going to be very, very personal, and I can totally see why this palette would not appeal to most, just simply because it's not neutral, you know what I mean? Brands take a risk whenever they do throw out color. Like, I'm sure everyone here follows Trend Mood, right? And anytime there's a palette that's neutral, I go through the comments and it says boring, 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 boring. And I'm like, neutral is what the majority wants. No matter how boring you think something looks, brands know if they want to sell a product, do some neutrals, jazz it up, put a few pops of colors in there, and there you go. Colors, that is a risk for brands because the majority of people just simply don't rock these colors on a day-to-day basis. I'm a hairstylist. I would not rock these every single day, but because of what I do for a living, can I wear it 2 to 3 times a week? Absolutely. Now, your next question is, can you make it a day look? I personally do not think that this is a palette that you can pull off in the daytime. Just want to clarify really quick because I know someone's going to say something. You can wear your shadows whenever you want, however you want. The reason why I'm specifically talking about can you make this a daytime look is because that's a question that I tend to get on my channel a lot. So if you're new here and you're like, I can wear my shadows whenever I want, relax. Yes, you absolutely can. However, I don't see this being a palette that a lot of people would just bust out on a Tuesday going to work in corporate America. The reason being is because she has the mattes here, so you do have more transition options with this, which is cool. So today for the mattes, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wait, hold on. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I use these mattes. Can you pull together a all matte soft look? Yes, but I just feel like, you guys, in order to really bring it together, you're gonna wanna throw one of these kind of glitzy tones on it. Not glitzy, just one of these triotones, and it just, it's gonna turn it up a notch. In fact, now that I'm looking at it, I didn't even notice it. All of these are matte and all of these are matte. So in the, oh, that's why it's called Triochrome. Duh, okay, duh. And I don't know why I said Triochrome, Triochrome. Please forgive me. Your girl is struggling today. Please excuse me, my brain is mush, my body fat is low. I am 1 week out from competition. What's today, Friday, November 6th. So yeah, this is gonna go up on Monday, so I'll be like 4 days out. So just, I'm not as sharp. But all in all, for me personally, I like this palette. This is not a palette I would say go get, just simply because it's a personal thing. If you don't like colors, I'm not gonna tell you to get this, but if you are someone who likes to dip, who likes to dabble, who likes to play in colors, girl, you will like this. And I did not use the okay. Color flip, this shade, I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up right, but ooh, hold on. Cause this, it looks purple, but to the natural eye, I don't know if it's gonna give you the green shift. It has a green shift. Let me get my camera on my phone again, so that way I can plug this into, there we go, the video. And you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Pat McGrath's palette. Hold on, let's get it so we can compare. Okay, so of course this is a totally different color story than this, okay? But this shade right here reminds me of Color Flip. So let me see. All right, so the top one here is Natasha Denona Color Flip. And then underneath it, we're gonna go in with Miss Pat. And both of these, in fact, they look identical. Let me get my phone going again because you won't be able to see. These shades look freaking identical. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. So let's say if that's the shade that was pulling you in for Natasha Denona and you already have this Pat palette, then you don't need to get it because these are the exact same. I cannot wait to play with that color, right? So that is going to wrap up the demo and my thoughts on the Natasha Denona palette. On the day that this goes up, it will be November 9th. So therefore the Sephora VIB sale will still be going on and you can get 20% off. Y'all know the deal. Keep it simple and I will see you in the next video. Peace.